a long shot though, because where I'm from, you got a better chance to make it out of Nigeria to the States than make it in DC in rap at that point. So it was such a long shot, but you know, I made it happen.
Okay, all right. And how did you meet Rick Ross? And was it him that kind of said, okay?
I left my first record label, or they left me, however you want to look at it. And
was that peaceful, or was it?
It was peaceful, you know. Like they didn't understand me. They didn't understand what I was trying to do at that point. But you know, I had met up with Ross in like strip clubs in Miami, or we had to have.
Is that where the best meetings happen?
It was just we just bumped into each other a couple times, and he kind of saw how I was as a person. He was like, "What are you doing here? I wasn't expecting you to be here." And I'm like, "Why wouldn't I be here?" You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just like you, bro. And then he started realizing that, you know what I'm saying, and just seeing how I carry myself, and you know, then he was like, "Man, I'm about to start this movement. I'm about to do this, you know, and I want you to be a part of it." And we made it happen.
Okay. Did you have, although you were born and you grew up in America, did you have issues trying to I don't know, get across your message when you're talking to Rick Ross with regards to you being Nigerian and everything? No, there was never an issue.
Like at the end of the day, like I grew up in like I learned everything from outside. You know what I'm saying? Like I learned how to talk. Like I couldn't even understand Yoruba because my parents was never home. They was always at work.
Always working.
So it was like the only interactions I had with them was in the morning or at nighttime, or they'd wake me up in my sleep. You know what I'm saying? So my childhood and my brother's childhood was kind of different. We kind of raised each other, or you know, outside raised us, or the TV. You know, so. How
many siblings do you have?
I got a brother.
Just one brother.
But I have a lot of
cousins. And, yeah.
Even in the States, I have about like 12
cousins that you're still meeting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens.
And then I got probably like, you know, my granddad's 20 kids on that one side, and the other one had 3 wives and 18 kids. You know, typical Nigerian man.
How is your Yoruba now? Is it no?
It's just a tad bit better than my Spanish. My Spanish is non-existent, but
okay,
I can understand it a little bit, you know. But like I said, it was a different childhood. Like I was very proud of it, you know. One of the reasons why I kept my government Nigerian name as my stage name, like, but it just wasn't that much flowing throughout the house. My parents like worked very hard. My dad was a cab driver, my mom was a nurse, and then she would do like a lot of odd jobs, like Roy Rogers or Wendy's and all that other stuff.
Alright, so a lot of your fans here are asking, they want to hear you speak Yoruba, but if you're not comfortable doing that, that's fine.
No, because all it's gonna happen is gonna edit it, and it's gonna be like, it's gonna be the new joke. It's gonna be everybody's ringtone.
No, it's not. You still okay? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, alright. So we were just talking about the different things that you can, you were talking about Fridays and everything and what's hot in Lagos. So what things do you plan to do?
I just want to see people, you know what I mean? Like that's my main focus, to go places and just see. I don't really want to I want to soak it all up. I don't really want to be the focal point. I want to make the country my focal point. Like,
okay.
I'm trying to make it as least about me as possible and more about the country and the people.
That's going to be very difficult. That's going to be quite difficult. But before you left the States, did you have like a list of things that I must do this? You know, I don't know, try this kind of food. I must try this, and you know.
No, I just want to see my family. That's all. I just want to have to find some time to see them. It might be hard. It might be pushing it, but I want to try to do that.
So how long are you here for?
At least Sunday.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wish you had more time. There's lots.
I'm setting myself up to come back though as much as possible though. Like that's why I'm trying to meet a lot of people so I can, you know, just have a better foundation when I come back.
Fantastic. So I'm going to go through a few questions here. Before I actually get through the questions, let me just ask you about the song that I just played. That was you featuring on Ice Prince's song. How did you guys meet? How did it happen?
My cousin Sami, I think he bumped into one of his people, and it was like they want to get me on the album, and I was just like, I heard the record, and I was like, all right.
Okay.
A lot of time it just has to do with how much time I have. You know, like, you know, and I think I just finished my album, and you know, I had just fulfilled a lot of my obligations, so you know, I had the time to do it, and I knocked it out. And
another collabo you have is the one with Wizkid.
I got 3 songs with Wizkid.
Oh, the one that is out, that's on, I guess, Heavy Reputation now, is the one with Wizkid. How did you meet Wiz?
the thing, see, that was when I officially broke the ice with Nigerian artists, cause like he was in New York for a while, and I was there, and we spent like 3 days together. We was just doing stuff. We went to the studio with French. We went to the club with me. Like we was just chilling. We went to like a whole lot of clubs in New York, and we just talked about just in general before we even talked about music, and then that's how we became friends. And then now we just try to, connect as much as we can with music.
All right. Do you have any other collabos with Nigerian artists? I mean, we did see you in the studio yesterday.
I can't tell you.
Well, you can tell me a little bit.
I just know it's more because there's a lot coming.
Okay.
I don't know.
So did you do one song or 2 songs? How many songs did you do yesterday?
We did one.
And who was it with?
I can't tell you.
Is it
I'm gonna let them people. I gotta let them announce it.
Just give us a little something.
If I tell you, that's everything.
No, it's
either
not,
all or nothing.
It's not like you're playing
I did a song. I did a song yesterday. That's a little something.
I'm trying here. Okay, let's go to our Twitter page to get some questions. This is from Rakelsa. Rakelsa, very gorgeous lady. I'll show you a picture later. She wants to know if you're married.
No, I'm not married.
Are you single?
Marriage is interesting to me. You gotta break down some trust issues. You gotta break down a whole lot of things. I don't know if that's gonna happen anytime soon.
Really?
I don't know. But we'll see.
Okay, alright. But are you single or?
Yeah, right now.
Okay. Are you single and looking, or you're single and just cool?
I'm cool though. Like I'm focused on the music right now.
Okay, if you were to over the next few days here, if you were to meet an amazing, no, not gonna happen. Nope. I'm trying here. Okay, so right now, let's talk about you. Let's talk about your albums and everything. So where do we start? Oh goodness, let us go to Attention Deficit. That was in 2009. Mm-hmm. That was your first album, right?
First album.
Okay, and that wasn't with Maybach Music, was it? Mm-hmm. All right, so tell us a bit about that.
I was working under Mark Ronson at the time, and I was just at that point I was just doing everything the label told me to do. I didn't really know the ins and outs of having a record deal. Now I fully understand like what's going on there and how to, what you can do and what you don't have to do and all that. So first album was a learning experience.
Okay. Let's just talk about that for a quick second, because I haven't seen it, but I've heard a lot about the TLC, that film, the movie that came out, and a lot of it talked about album deals and everything, record deals rather, and how a lot of the big record labels kind of just, like trap you. And one thing that's been happening a lot over the last few months in Nigeria, in the Nigerian music industry, is that you have artists, just packing up and leaving their labels and everything. So what exactly is it like in America? Because I think people
it's
don't know.
Probably just as bad, if not worse.
So is it really a case of, the record labels, they get you and they just...
For most of the artists, it's bad though. But people don't really care about that. Like most people's only concern is being famous. So they don't really care until they're not famous anymore. Then they wonder where all the money went.
Okay, all right. But let's move on to the next one. Ambition. That was in 2011. Mm-hmm. Yep. That was with the Maybach Music.
Yeah.
Yep. So how was that? Were you in a much better place?
I just knew I could do what I wanted to do. Like I did exactly what I wanted to do on that album as well as the new album. I did what I wanted to do. I didn't ask any questions. I didn't answer to nobody. Ross just backed away. Just let me do what I wanted to do.
Okay, all right. And of course, this year, The Gifted. Mm-hmm. The Gifted. What was your favorite song that you did on The Gifted?
Man, I got a lot of favorite songs. I love 88. I love Clappers. I love Sunshine. I love Black Heroes. I love the whole thing, man. It's just a difference. It don't sound like anything that's out in the States. Like it's just a whole lot of music, a whole lot of instruments, a whole lot of soul.
Now every artist has, when they, do put out like an album and everything, they have a particular song from the album that really just defines where they were at that point. Which song was that for you?
I mean, somewhere between Heaven's Afternoon, The Sunshine, and The Curse of the Gifted. I think that's where the feelings that I have making that album lie within them 3 songs.
Okay, and why is that?
It's just the highs and the lows, like, the extremes, and then in the content of the album lies within those, like the highs and the lows and in between.
Okay. One of my favorite songs from the album, of course, is Bad. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I've got a few questions about that, but first off, let's just talk about the song, what it means to you, and why you decided to put it on your album.
Well, first of all, it's a 90s, like New Jack Swing kind of sound, and that's a style of music that I want to bring back, because there really isn't any R&B in the States. You know, it's all like a lot of auto-tune, and it's a lot of rap mixed with singing. Like, it's not really no pure R&B, and nothing that feels like the 90s, like Mint Condition and Jodeci and all that, and Escape, TLC.
Back in the good old days. And there is a little bit of controversy around the song because of Tiara Thomas. So the thing is, there are different versions of what happened. She wasn't. Well, you're here now, so I might as well ask you.
I mean, you know, it ain't no like, nobody feels sorry for Goliath. You know what I'm saying? So for me to tell you exactly what happened, it's like, all right, well, get over it. So it's like, any way I word it is like, get over it. So it's like, don't nobody feel, I've got a platinum single, my album's about on pace to go gold. Don't nobody feel sorry for me. Like, don't nobody, it is what it is. If it happened to somebody,
I don't know what happened. I might feel sorry for you.
It ain't even about feeling sorry for it, actually, but it's just like, nobody really, it's just like, you know, the proof is there. If anybody who follows my music or follows my career, you see this person with me, you see the interviews, I'm saying this is my artist, and she's saying this, you know, I'm signed to Wale, this is how we doing it, and whatever, like, and then randomly you change your hair, you change your style, and then you in another camp. Like, okay, you know.
So she was signed with you, basically.
Everybody knows that, though. Okay. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it is what it is. She decided to do what she thought was best for her career, you know. So I'm doing what's best for my career, you know. So you know, there'll be more, you know, diamonds in the rough. But I think she was a diamond in the rough, you know. And
okay.
I was the only one who believed in it at the time. We took her to Jay-Z. We took her to Jay-Z, we took her to Pharrell, Don C, everybody across the board. And those people can vouch that I took her there as my artist, you know, so.
Okay. And so she just decided that she wanted to, you know.
Somebody, you know, said, I'm gonna make you a star, I'm gonna do this for you, and we're gonna write a whole bunch of hit records, and, you know, and there you have it.
Oh, okay. When we talk about the entertainment industry and everything, and the music industry, a lot of people say, what is it? It's 80% business and 20%. What is it? Okay, so in terms of being like a successful artist and a good, you know, I guess, business person, what are the key things that you think you have to, like, have, or you have to remember when you are in the entertainment industry?
Man. Well, that specific situation we just spoke about kind of showed me, like, ain't nobody gonna, like, have your back for real. So you gotta let that go as soon as you get in this thing. You know, nobody's gonna have your back. Nobody, like, whatever happens is gonna happen. You know, and these people ain't your friends. No matter how much money you spend on them, and how much you're there for them, and how much you believe in them, it ain't none of that going on for real.
Oh, I feel like giving you a hug now.
That's why I ain't gonna talk about that story.
It's okay. All right. Well, let me play the song. Well, whatever happened in the end, it is still a fantastic and beautiful song. And